Hi everyone, this is my YouTube channel in which I would like to record video lessons in Arabic language. I'll be reading in Arabic and I will try to translate the text to English language. In this video lesson we will start reading this book titled حول العالم في 80 يوما, Around the World in 80 Days. And this is the first chapter, الفصل الأول. فيليس فوج يعثر على خادم جديد. Phileas Fogg, this is the name of the main character. يعثر على, finds. خادم جديد, a new servant. Phileas Fogg finds a new servant. Let's read this first paragraph. كان السيد فيليس فوج يعيش في 7 شارع سفيل رو بلندن في إنجلترا. السيد means Mr. Mr. Phileas Fogg lived. This letter means number 7. So this appears to be the number of building, the number of house in which he lived. شارع, street. سفيل رو is just an Arabic transliteration of the name of that street. بلندن, in London, في إنجلترا, in England. And this first word كان means he was. So immediately we know that this sentence deals with the past tense. كان, he was. Who was? السيد فيليس فوج. Phileas Fogg. Mr. Phileas Fogg يعيش, lived, في 7 شارع سفيل رو بلندن في إنجلترا. Mr. Phileas Fogg lived in the building number 7, which located on the street سفيل رو in London. ومنذ أمد بعيد, and since a long time. Remember this expression in Arabic language, very useful. ومنذ أمد بعيد, and since a long time. كان شاعر مشهور يقطن في ذلك المنزل. There was a famous poet يقطن في ذلك المنزل, who lived in that building. Okay. وقال البعض, and some people said. قال means said. البعض, some people. إن فيليس, indeed Phileas, يشبه الشاعر. يشبه الشاعر, resembles that poet. يشبه, resembles. لكن لم تكن تجمعهما صلة قرابة. لكن, however, لم تكن تجمعهما صلة قرابة. This is a very difficult structure. I will translate the meaning and then we will deal with it word by word. In general, this can be translated like, however, they were not relatives. لم تكن, there wasn't. I would translate this as there wasn't. صلة قرابة, صلة, a link or a bond. قرابة, familial. So they were not relatives. There wasn't any close bond between them, in a sense that they were not relatives. تجمعهما, unites them together. Unites them. By other words, they were not united by familial bonds. لكن, however, لم تكن تجمعهما صلة قرابة. However, they were not united by familial bonds. They were not relatives. Okay? وكان فيليوس رجلا طويل القامة أسود الشعر ترتسم الجدية على ملامحه. وكان Phileas, and Phileas was رجلا, a man, طويل القامة, a tall man. طويل القامة means a tall guy, a tall man. أسود الشعر, أسود means black. الشعر hairs, so his hairs were black. ترتسم الجدية على ملامحه. And ترتسم means reflect. الجدية, a sense of seriousness, a seriousness. على ملامحه. ملامح means facial features. Okay, his face. ترتسم means reflect. الجدية, seriousness. على ملامحه, على on. ملامحه, on his face. On his facial features reflected seriousness. وقد بلغ 40 من العمر في آخر عيد ميلاده له. في آخر عيد ميلاد له, in his last birthday. بلغ 40 من العمر, he reached 40 years. So he was 40 years old. وبدأ الشيب يخط شعر رأسه ولحيته. وبدأ الشيب, شيب, gray hairs, white hairs, gray hairs I would say. And gray hairs started appearing on his head and his beard. The word يخط means to draw a line. Literal translation would be the following: and the gray hairs started, because بدأ means started. The gray hairs started يخط, drawing lines on his head and his beard. This is the word-by-word translation. But the general translation: and the gray hairs started appearing on his head and his beard. And the final sentence in this paragraph: ولم يكن أحد يعرف عن فيليس فوج أي شيء سوى ملامحه. ولم يكن أحد, and no one, يعرف, knew. يعرف means he knows. Okay? However, in this case, we are dealing with the past tense, because لم يكن is a past tense verb. Okay, let me translate. Let me explain this to you. ولم يكن is a past tense verb construction, means he wasn't. أحد, anyone or someone. So no one, this can be translated like no one, and يعرف can be translated like he is knowing or he knows in the present tense. However, since the sentence starts with the past tense verb, like this one, كان, لم تكن, لم يكن, he wasn't, this immediately informs us that in this particular sentence we are dealing with the past, even though some verbs can be used in the present tense. Okay? So يعرف is a present tense verb if we consider this verb separately from the context. However, in this context, this verb should be translated in the past tense. ولم يكن أحد يعرف. No one knew عن Phileas, about Phileas Fudge, أي شيء, anything. By the way, أي شيء, anything. Please remember this construction. سوى, except, ملامحه, his facial features. So people knew only his appearance, only his face. وأنه, and that he, و and أن, that هو, he. Okay? كان, was, ثريا, a rich person. Okay? Let's read this paragraph one more time in Arabic language, and we will call it today, okay? فيليس فوج يعثر على خادم جديد. كان السيد فيليس فوج يعيش في 7 شارع سفيل رو بلندن في إنجلترا. So in this chapter, Phileas Fudge finds a new servant because he was a rich guy. كان السيد فيليس فوج يعيش في 7 شارع سفيل رو بلندن في إنجلترا. Mr. Phileas Fudge lived in the building number 7 on the street Savile Row in London in England. ومنذ أمد بعيد, and since a long time, كان شاعر مشهور يقطن في ذلك المنزل. There was a famous poet, شاعر, poet, مشهور, famous, يقطن, lived, في ذلك المنزل, in that house, in that building. وقال البعض, and some people said, indeed, Phileas يشبه, resembles, يشبه الشاعر, resembles that poet. ولكن, however, لم تكن تجمعهما صلة قرابة. There wasn't any familial bond which united them. Okay? لم تكن, there wasn't, تجمعهما, united them. صلة قرابة, familial bond. وكان Phileas رجلا طويل القامة, and Phileas was a tall guy. أسود الشعر, with black hairs. ترتسم الجدية على ملامحه, and the seriousness was reflected by his facial features. So he had a very serious expression on his face. وقد بلغ 40 من العمر في آخر عيد ميلاد له. And he reached 40 years in his last birthday. So he was 40 years old. وبدأ الشيب يخط شعر رأسه ولحيته, and gray hairs appeared on his head and his beard. ولم يكن أحد يعرف عن فيلياس فوج أي شيء سوى ملامحه, and no one knew anything about Phileas Fudge except his facial features. So people knew how he looked like, people knew his face, people could recognize him by his appearance. وأنه كان ثريا, and that he was rich. Okay, guys, this is my new channel, and if this video gets a quite fair number of views, and if your comments are positive, I will record another video in which we will continue reading this book and trying to translate it and understand. Thank you very much. Take good care.